Hello, and welcome to Twist Talks by Samantha Twist, where we talk about basically everything from careers, your home, relationships, health, and more. I cover just about anything you deal with in life. Hope you enjoy! Today's guest is Selene, founder of Vitae Apparel. I am so excited for you guys to listen to this podcast because I've been following this brand since 2016. Like, this girl's living my dreams. Get ready for some real, authentic conversation.
Nervous. This girl is actually so cool. She started her own company at such a young age, and it's so successful. It's just like everything goes. I get so nervous for these. Okay, it's 11:30. So for those who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about you and your history?
My name is Selene, and I used to be a competitive swimmer, and I started Vitae after I graduated grade 12 high school. And the reason why I started was I quit swimming and then I became a lifeguard. And when I was lifeguarding, I saw that a lot of women would jump off the diving board or the slide, and their bikini tops would fall off. So I was like, there has to be a bikini top that is fashionable yet functional. So I spent the summer like kind of looking for that product, and I couldn't find any. So I think towards the end of the summer, I started designing and sketching and finding manufacturers to design my own fashionable yet functional bikinis, because it was really important to me as I was really into water sports as well. So I did that, and then around 6 months later, so after first term of like first year of university, I launched Vitae, and I also dropped out of school at that point, and I just kind of like did lifeguarding full time while like running this business on the side. And I think 2 years later, I am doing this full time now. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you launched in 2016, right?
Yeah, 2016 December.
Yeah, I remember I was graduating high school at the same time. I saw you doing that. I was like, whoa, that is so cool. So I'm very excited you're joining the podcast today. How was the community around you when you decided, okay, I'm going to drop out, I'm going to make this happen? Were they very supportive or?
No, it was really tough because Asian parents, right? So they really want me to go to school. Like, that's their whole goal is, you got to finish university because they never finished university. So my mom really wanted me to continue to go to school, but she, at the time I was paying for schooling. That's why I was like lifeguarding full time, saving up money to pay for tuition. So I was kind of like, okay, like you're not paying for my school and I'm using my own money towards this. So I have a say on what I want to do with it. And it was rough. And, I just kind of like did my own thing without too much support. But yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people my age or older, like they go to school and then they finish and then they don't know what to do, or they hate it what they're studying and they're not going into the job field that they studied for. So I kind of knew a lot of people like that, so it didn't help me decide to stay in school at all because of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so what were some of the biggest things you had to figure out when starting the business that you didn't know but you know now?
Some things I had to figure out was, well, there's a lot, but one of the most important things that I have learned and had to figure out was customer service, because previously I didn't have any experience in like retail or any other jobs. I was just like doing lifeguarding and teaching swimming, and that's kind of like more hands-on, not really like communicating with customers at all. Like, you don't really need to like give a good customer service experience. It's more like skill related. So I was very, very bad at customer service in the beginning of running my business. And I also, when you're running your own business, that's like your whole life. So I just took everything customers said like personally, which is not good and not professional. And that took me a while to learn. Actually, I would say probably around a year ever since starting the business, to learn to like be more okay on like taking criticism and talking to customers in a more like professional, kind tone. And I wish that I, like maybe had a different job that had like customer service experience, or earlier on, like I took a course somewhere or something to like learn more about it. But now I've learned way more about customer service, and our customer service team is pretty strong now, but still something that I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you hire for your team, what kind of qualities do you look for in people?
For me, it's really important to hire someone that is flexible. So working at a startup, you're oftentimes not only put into one role, but a few different roles, and you have to do like different tasks.
Yeah.
So someone that is flexible and willing to learn and willing to adapt into, different responsibilities that's needed from that person is really important for me. And also someone that is fun, like positive, creative. I think that's a huge part of our team culture right now. And we're like super supportive of each other. So that's also really important for us.
Yeah. Yeah. When I see your guys' Instagram posts or stories about the team meetings, it always looks really fun. And so you guys do an ocean cleanup giveaway where when people post on their stories, then you guys donate to clean up the ocean and then also give them a free bikini. And I was just kind of wondering a little bit if you have more details on that for like why you guys do it, how it's even possible, because it looks like you're just giving free stuff away completely, and just from like a business point of how that works for you guys.
We don't do it annually. We did it that one time, I think maybe 2 years ago. But obviously yearly, we regularly donate to different organizations, depending on like what we find as a team wanting to support.
Yeah.
But when we did the ocean giveaway, we really wanted to help out because at the time, that's when I kind of got more into learning about sustainability and how there's like a lot of waste and whatnot. And after that, our entire production, design, products and everything like started to change and have less waste, like using recycled bottles to make the fabric and all that stuff. So that was kind of like a turning point for me, that I realized that there is a lot of waste in the clothing industry. So we kind of wanted to do an initiative and get people like talking and raise awareness, and no better way doing that than giving away like unlimited free stuff. How it's possible to do it from a business standpoint, it was free, but they had to pay for shipping. So the shipping price that we charged cover for the cost of the product, and then it also covered for because we were donating $5 each order, so we added the $5 to each order. So that was it. Like we didn't make any profit. It was just covering cost of the shipping and the cost of the donation part. And then in some cases though, because we charge shipping fairly similar around the world, some places we lose money and some places we make a little bit of money. So we just kind of like, it kind of like all equaled out. So yeah, that's how we did it.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I've kind of been wondering that since it happened. I was like, that's a really cool initiative. And it definitely got people talking. I think it raised a lot of like brand awareness for sure. But since then, you guys have started to transition more to athletic wear, correct?
Yes.
What made you decide to make that switch, and how has that transition been?
I made that switch because we did a customer survey. We asked like our community, like what other products they want to see. And a lot of them said fitness apparel. So it made sense for me because when I did do training for being a competitive swimmer, we also did like a lot of dry land training. So like weightlifting, running, all yoga, like all that. We had to do that to do like strengthening training for just like training in the water as well. So I'm very familiar with fitness apparel, and I was like, yeah, like if this is like something that I wore all the time, I think I can create a good product that is like affordable, quality, and have like the, color tones that we want. So we did that, and the first launch did really well. And after that, like all the launches did really well. And we're like pivoting towards mainly focusing in fitness apparel now. And we're probably only going to drop swim in the summer only. But yeah, and it's been amazing, and we're growing really fast also because of it. Fitness apparel is something people can wear like all the time, all year round, at home, like yoga, fitness, just walking on the street, they can wear versus swimwear is more like travel in the summer. And we're in Vancouver and summer is only like 1-2 months long. So it
Yeah.
makes sense for us to pivot. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And you said your launches all did really well, probably because it's a great product, but also do you have any launch tips?
Yeah. I think it's important to come up with a collection name and also have meaning behind the collection. So, for example, the last one we dropped was the two before that was Glow Getter collection, and it was launched on January 28th, which was, around New Year's, and we wanted it to be about, like go get your dreams in the new year while like glowing, that kind of stuff. So we did like a little play on words and really having meaning behind the collection that goes well with the color tones do really well for us, and obviously hyping it up by showing sneak peeks or dropping early access for our VIP customers and ambassadors, and also sending your product out beforehand to influencers to create hype. That's really important.
Yeah, I love those. And so what is some of the hard work that goes in behind the scenes that some people wouldn't expect?
Good question. I think shipping out orders is probably the hardest thing that people just don't think is hard. They're like, you just pack an order. But when we do a launch, especially, we get like a huge volume in like within an hour. And all the girls that are working in the warehouse right now are part-time. They're all full-time students. So people don't understand how we can take so long. But in reality, like it does take us a long time because like all girls are part-time, like not everybody is in at once. And also COVID, we need to ensure that like our staff safety. And then like we also like write cards, right? Like that takes a lot of time. And yeah, I think that is something that's hard, but people don't understand.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I feel like the more people you talk to who have a business, the more you learn like, oh wow, there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't expect.
Yeah.
So where do you see Vitae Apparel in 5 years?
I hope it could be as big as Gymshark, and I want to be more. I wouldn't say global, but I want to be more in the US. Right now, we're very heavily Canadian customer based. I do want to expand into the US, and hopefully by then our team would grow from what we have now to about like 50 people. I think that would be a good goal. Yeah.
And you guys just moved to a new warehouse, right?
Yeah, we moved to a bigger warehouse.
Yeah. How's that transition going?
It was rough because we had a lot of inventory coming in while we were moving too, which is good because it wouldn't fit in the old place. But everything was everywhere, and because we just moved, like things were not like 100% organized, but orders are still coming in like on the daily, right? So we needed to like get the ball rolling. So that was really tough to organize and just maneuver, I think. But now we're pretty settled in and have a good system going, and we're doing a lot of hiring next week. So hopefully everything will be more organized and can run like more properly.
That's amazing. And do you post hiring ads on your website or LinkedIn or Indeed?
Yeah, we post it all. So on Indeed, LinkedIn, our social media, my personal channels as well.
Oh, that's so cool. And then my last question would be, what tips would you give somebody who'd want to do something like similar, like start a clothing business of some sort today?
My biggest advice would be to just do it, go for it. Because I think people spend too much time thinking about starting it, thinking about like what my brand should be called, thinking about like what it should look like. Just don't think too much and just do it. Obviously, people think that you need a lot of capital to start a business. Like you don't. I saved up like $2,000 from lifeguarding, and that was my first like cost of inventory. So it doesn't cost that much to start a business. And that's for me, like $2,000 was because we designed our own products and we needed to meet the minimum order quantity for the manufacturer. Otherwise, if you're starting, like, for example, like a lot of handmade businesses, like a candle company, like there's like way lower cost, I feel. Yeah. So just do it.
Do you want to plug any of your socials or channels or anything?
Yeah, sure. So my personal Instagram is Miss with 4 S's, dot, and then Dior with 2 R's. And obviously our brand handle for IG is Vitae Apparel, so VITAE and then you guys can also check out our website, vitaeapparel.com.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Have a
cool.
great rest of your day and good luck
Cool.
with the rest of your meetings.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, bye.
Thank you for listening to Twist Talks. I hope you walk away from this episode knowing something new. You can find me at SamanthaTwist.com, Twist Talks on Instagram, or Samantha Twist on YouTube.